Good morning, everybody. It is blessedly raining. Oh, it's so nice. It's still 21 degrees, which is actually really nice compared to what we've had. So, yeah, boats don't do that well in hot weather. So, if you see my previous videos, you'll have seen me trying loads of things to try and keep it cool in last year's heat wave. And in the end, I abandoned the boat for 3 days and went to my parents' house to live out the rest of the heat wave there. The boat got to 37 degrees before. Well, I did stay here in 37, but then I saw the forecast was going up to 40 outside, which would normally the boat tends to be, if it's hot and sunny, the boat tends to be about at least 5 degrees warmer than outside. So yeah, that's when I thought I can't cope with more than 37. I'm leaving. But it's not that bad yet. It's 30 degrees the past couple of days inside the boat, kind of hovering between like 30. It's not quite hit 32, but it's, you know, like 31.5 sort of thing. And now it's raining, which is great. So I've got my fan. So I bought this last year. So it's USB powered, and you can. It's got a battery, so you can either have it just on you not being powered, or you can plug it in and it will be, you can use it at the same time as it's plugged in, is what I'm trying to say. I think although it's cool as day, my brain is fried with the heat. So that's really handy. And I bought new blinds. So I did have one blind that I bought last year, but I've bought some more blinds because some of the windows don't have blinds. Oh, I just got a breeze. Oh, that's so nice. Some of the windows don't have blinds on because I removed them, especially down the corridor because it's just not really enough room. I'll go and show you in a second. So I've bought some blinds, and they're insulating blinds, so they're supposed to keep the heat out and keep the warm in. I'm not convinced, to be honest. If you put your hand on the window, it still feels just as hot as the other blinds, so yeah, I don't know. And of course, if you remember, I put netting on all my windows because I was having a real problem with wasps last year, so I haven't had that problem. And it also means I can leave both doors fully open, the crash cover up at the front, and I can get a blow through, and I can shut the main door, the back door, at like 11 o'clock at night, and it's great because I can have a blow through. And I've even left my front door open and crash cover open overnight. I sleep, my head's like right by the window, so it's a lovely breeze coming in, and that's worked really well. But yeah, thankfully it's raining this morning. Unfortunately, that does mean I've had to shut the crash cover. I could leave it open, but it'll just be a hell of a cleanup job. So all the windows are still pulled out. So I have I'll go around and show you. So you'll see here I have glass panels here that usually sit in here, and they kind of like, come out and sit here. A lot of people have this type of window. So I've got all the panels out and they're all on the floor. And then my insect net, my insect net is held on with these stickies that you get from like at Tesco's or any hardware shop. And they're basically for hanging pictures, but if you use one that's not got sticky on it, so stick one to the side, and then use one with its sticky pad still on, and then just squish it in. And that works really well. I've only had to replace one. So this sticky came undone yesterday, and I put a new one on, and then they're up there, and that works really, really well. If it rains a lot, I'll have to put these panels back in because the rain will come through, but at the moment you can see it's just dripping down where it should do, so it's not raining in. On the doors, I have a similar setup. I just cut one long piece, goes up to the top there, and then along, and then I actually had some sticky backed Velcro, which does the same thing. It's actually much stronger than this, but it doesn't take to being removed. So to be honest, during the summer, I just keep this on the whole time. So yeah, that's on there. The only problem is this one. Because of the door. Sometimes the door opens brilliantly, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, you can see how it's rucked up there because I forget that I've got it on when I open the door. But I don't have to get in here too often because it's like the control panel door, control panel cupboard. Oh my goodness. Right, so let's go and have a look at the front. Please ignore the trash in my boat. I'm mid tidy up. And here's the same thing. So this was just it's a funny shape, so I just cut it to shape, and you can see the crash cover. I've had to shut it It doesn't take to being opened. I have a big clean-up job on this crotch cover that I've just not done. Because it's such a big job and I don't want to do it. But it means taking it off so you can see how it's still like unraveled. Yeah. Yeah, once it's rolled up, because it's dead stiff, it doesn't like to be unraveled. But that'll keep most of the rain out. It'll only be a little bit of a job to clean up. So yeah. Yes, my new blind. So I've got one here. So I need to put another one on that window there, but I've got one on this window. And this one works quite well, except I've got sticky stuff there. I'd normally guide it down because the problem with a boat is it's not level, as anyone that lives on a boat will know. So hanging blinds sometimes can be a bit of a, yeah. And I took like a year to figure out a way of having these on. I know lots of people talked about magnets when I asked the question last year, but I couldn't find any in a shop near me, and I really don't like internet shopping. Having said that, I did buy these online, but I got these from Argos, so you can see the insulating blinds on the back. But I really don't like buying stuff from Amazon, so the only place I could get magnets from was Amazon. So I had an epiphany, and I've used those sticky pads again. So if you just pull the blind down to the level, and then just push it, and you'll hear that satisfying click. And there it is. Ta-da! Right. And then I did one in the bathroom because it gets so hot in here because it's such a small space. So this one up here. This was a bit of a problem job because something must be really hard behind here because I couldn't get the screws in. So this is a bit like the screws are half in. I had to use different screws and they weren't very good. But, you know, it works. You just have to be delicate. And then my final one that I've put up is by the back door in the kitchen, another spot that gets really hot. This one was a complete bodge job. I mean, it looks fine from here, I guess. But I had to put it on the ceiling because of this box. So I couldn't get the drill in here. So I had to go up. And I just really, really struggled. And then, I don't know if you can see, but I sheared off several screws. They're stuck in there. And yeah, but it works. I managed to get it working, and as long as you don't, you know, use too much force, it should stay. I mean, it's pretty solid. You know, it's not going anywhere, not like the one in the bathroom that's wobbly. So yeah, quite pleased with that in a weird way. So an example of how the rain gets in, this window is doing it. So I'm gonna have to put the panel back in. So it's dripping from here and it's just dripping straight down. So yeah, I'll sort that out now. I had to buy another one of these this week, you know, a tap adapter for a hose pipe. Somebody nicked my other one. Can you believe that? It was on the tap outside because we have like tap, like towers outside that have taps on in the marina. And yeah, someone nicked it one day. I opened my door and I was like, something looks different. And then I realised somebody had stolen my tap adapter. So I had to buy another one. And they're only £1, but I just can't believe someone nicked it. I figure someone probably like borrowed it and then forgot to bring it back. So I've been borrowing the next one along for the past like 3 weeks, filling up my water. But now I've got this one, and then this is this just sits inside there. So this is an adapter for a slightly smaller tap, but I don't think I need that. I think mine is a standard fit. So I'm not going to put this on the tap now because now I'm super cynical that someone's going to run off with it. So I'm just going to keep that in here and put it on the tap when I need to use it. Well, I hope everyone is doing okay in the hot weather. If you've got any tips, tricks for keeping cool on narrowboats, then do post them in the chat. I will be really interested to hear them. I've got a question. Does anybody have air conditioning? There's somebody I follow on Instagram, boat called Trem, and they've got air conditioning. They said it's the best thing they've ever bought, mainly because they've got it for their dogs. And yeah, I certainly would not have a dog putting up with the same level of heat I do. But I am interested in air conditioning. Theirs was quite a big unit, and it was like twice the size of their fire, it looked like on the camera. So yeah, does anybody have air conditioning on their boat? And if they do, what sort is it? Where do they put it? And where do they put it in the winter when they've got other things that need to be in front of house, as it were? So yeah, let me know if you've got aircon. That'd be really interesting. And for now, stay safe, stay cool, and we'll see you very soon. Take care, everybody.